Yeah, you're probably going to have to turn it a bit.
That's about as good as I can. Fuck. It's going to be tricky. My setup. I just don't have a lot of room here. Phil, how do you have your camera? What do you have it on?
I have.
He has got it rigged.
I have got a total redneck rig of this webcam.
Yeah, because you need it like over the shoulder, kind of, don't you?
I've got it hanging over my desk. I've got it on like a mic arm.
Okay, that's yeah.
That I strip the threads off of, so I can't hook a mic up to it. But I just totally rubber banded this webcam that Carrie and James sent me into the into the head of it, so it hangs over my desk just perfect. Honestly,
that's all. Yeah, that's great. I should do something.
I just worry about my hand blocking what I'm doing.
Yeah,
but
no, it looks fine. It's a good shot.
All right, let me see if I can
close the door here. Hold on.
We'll get this figured out. I think it'll be a couple weeks, and we'll have it.
Yeah,
we'll have some kind of system down.
Yeah, definitely.
But this is kind of new to all of us, I think.
Let's see. Do I need? Well, my problem is this. Let me see, cameraman. Can you go to do that? Would that be nice? I'd appreciate it. So, does that automatically switch to the right person? Say something, Phil.
Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Is it switching over where it's supposed to be?
No, it's being a dick.
Did I just lose everyone?
No, I'm here. Can you hear me? Phil?
Yeah, sorry. That was me.
You're like, what?
I had my headphone. I turned my headphones all the way down, and then I'm like, hey, I can't hear anybody. No, Jesus, dumbass.
Let's see. We'll just do. Because usually what I do is I just present. Oh, wait, it might be moving. Go ahead and say something. Phil, we lost Phil. Okay. Gonna take a second.
Yeah, I'm back. That was me again.
Yeah, I know. Okay, it looks like it's flipping over. I am going to just do my profile.
Okay, that's gonna be tricky, but figure it out.
I'm gonna close my camera, turn my camera off so it does that. And then it should kind of focus on you guys, I think.
I'm seeing your flowers.
You were?
Not anymore. Now I see. Yeah.
Yep.
The logo.
Would you prefer that or the stupid deer?
Oh, dear.
It is the deer.
Oh, Paul's here. He said, hey, Phil, just draw a big.
Yeah, I see. I just saw that.
All right. Well, I guess we can start this shit show. I'm going to go ahead and hit Audacity. You guys are ready?
Sure thing.
All right. Hit your mute buttons, boys.
No buffer before you really go. Yeah.
That means you, Phil.
No.
Yes. All right. They are muted, and we're going to get going in 3, 2, 1.
You are listening to a Blazing Caribou Studios production.
Welcome to the most dysfunctional collection of art supplies, alcohol, and shit-talking the internet has to offer. This is Sketching Comedy, and I'm your host, Carrie Sims, along with the guys on the drawing boards, Mr. Imran Javed and Mr. Phil Rude. What we do here is we talk about art and artists while we kind of crack jokes, sketch out what we talk about, and see where we can end up by the end of the show. Will it be a train wreck of a conversation that results in great sketches, or a great conversation that results in sketches of train wrecks? We don't know, but we'll find out. Hey, Phil, how you feeling tonight? And it starts because he's muted, and that's what he likes to do.
Phil, you got to unmute before you start.
No, he doesn't care.
No. Okay, I think we answered the train wreck question already. Yeah. You asked me to multitask, and then you complain when it goes off the rails already. So there we go.
It's all good. Well, are you doing all right? Besides the fact that you know how to unmute your freaking thing.
Now that I can be heard, I am content. Yes, that's all I ask for is all the attention. Good
deal. And Imran, how are you doing, buddy?
What's up, everybody? I'm good. You got me flexing my drawing muscles. I'm a little bit rusty, but I'm excited that this is gonna force me to draw more because it's a muscle. If you don't use it, you will lose it. Use it or lose it. That's what they say.
Right. Well, last night was Valentine's Day, and I'm sure a lot of people flex their muscles.
And I'm spent.
It was the best 30 seconds of the year so far.
Wow, you had 30. I was gonna say 5, but it's all good.
Well, what are you showing off with your 30 seconds?
Yeah, young whippersnapper. Well, tonight we're going to kind of talk about a little bit of some Looney Tunes, and our show is titled Sufferin' Succotash, which is a little bit of Tex Avery and Chuck Jones. So basically, Frederick Tex Avery, he was born around 1908, passed away in the 80s. He was an American animator, cartoonist, voice actor, and director known for producing animated cartoons during the golden age of American animation. His most significant work was for Warner Brothers and Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer Studios, crucial to the evolution of Bugs Bunny, creating Daffy Duck, Droopy, going down, sir, and Screwy Squirrel, and developing Porky Pig and Chilly Willy. This last one was for Walter Lantz Studio, into the personas for which they are remembered. So, guys, how important was Mr. Tex Avery, Phil, in kind of developing your cartoon style?
Well, he taught me that it was okay to make fun of people with speech impediments. And as a young kid with a lisp, he gave me a lot of characters that I could latch onto.
Oh, sure.
But for real, like I grew up watching Tex Avery cartoons. That wolf who always howled at the really hot lady.
Oh, yeah. Stomping his
Droopy Dog, who I liked because everyone felt bad for him until you realize that he was really kind of the biggest troublemaker in the room. Just all that stuff. I cut my teeth on Tex Avery cartoons.
Yeah, I kind of went for the low-hanging fruit and kind of, hung on to Daffy Duck. He was just kind of like the slapstick humor guy, kind of the Kramer of And it's funny because it kind of like set a basis for the kind of cartoon slap down comedy that I enjoy the most, just kind of that fall down type of humor. How about you, Imran?
I mean, that's one of the most important things Tex Avery did, I think, was perverting the Disney style by giving us Daffy Duck, Bugs Bunny, Porky Pig. Like, this wasn't for kids.
They were brutal cartoons.
Yeah, they were brutal. And like Daffy was just on crack the whole time. And Bugs is a little bit of a dick. Like, he's a dick.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah, he's totally getting behind everybody. Well, we're going to kind of pit between him tonight and also Chuck Jones, which is another Looney type of guy. Charles Jones, he was born about 1912, passed away in 2002. He was an American animator, filmmaker, cartoonist, author, artist, and screenwriter, best known for his work with Warner Brothers cartoons on the Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies shorts. He wrote, produced, and or directed many classical animated cartoon shorts starring Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, and Roadrunner, and Wild E, the Coolest Coyote, Pepe Le Pew, Porky Pig, and a slew of other Warner characters. So my question is for you guys. So what is the difference between these two guys? Because, I mean, they obviously worked on the same thing. I mean, is one known for being the Bugs animator and the one, writing for Bugs, or how's that go?
I mean, I think
it comes down to style more than anything.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a definite art style difference. I think Tex Avery has a little more of a hard edge on his characters.
Mm-hmm.
But
Chuck
I also think
Jones
sort of the writing style. I feel like Chuck Jones is a little more slapstick, a little more It's just a different. I felt like there was always like a little bit of like sexuality in Tex Avery, and it was more physical comedy with Chuck Jones, and more like weird takes, weird facial expressions, and almost like a vaudeville kind of component to his cartoons.
Sort of like more like a silent cartoon kind of a thing, like
a little bit, yeah. Some of those. I mean, look at Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. There was no dialogue in those. It was all just straight up, just straight up physical comedy all the way through.
Right, and you couldn't get away from those cartoons without having some kind of like a bomb or an Acme this dropping on somebody. Actually, last night we were all, my boyfriend and I were joking around because like our dog, I don't know what was going on, but this poor thing, he's blind and he's deaf at this point. He's my Helen Keller dog, and is like completely stupid. And last night, I don't know what his poor problem was, but everywhere he was going, he was like mischief maker. So he ran into a wire and it freaked him out because it was by his bed. And he's like, oh, I'm not going here. I don't know what's happening. Turns around and like goes and lays at the end of the bed. And I didn't know he was down there. And I shook the sheets and the remote control goes flying on his head. And I started laughing because I'm like, oh my God, it's like Looney Tunes in here. What is wrong with you, you stupid dog? So it just kind of reminded me of that kind of, silent but hilarious comedy that, these cartoons bring.
And all these guys, like, you can really tell they've all done Tom and Jerry cartoons, and that's where you can really see their style because everyone has, like, Chuck Jones was very like Art Deco Tom and Jerry, and Tex Avery was also. So my favorite Tex Avery bit, we were just talking about the wolf who whistled the Hot Red Riding Hood, where it's like the city wolf and the country wolf, and they go to the show, and then the country wolf has got to bring the city wolf back. Chuck Jones now. He's responsible for the dot and line. If you've ever seen that animated short, it's like a love story between a dot and a line.
I have seen that.
I have seen that.
It's beautiful. It's so gorgeous. And also,
go ahead.
He did the Phantom Tollbooth adaptation in the 70s, which that's one of my favorite children's books growing up was the Phantom Tollbooth. And of course, the Grinch. So you can, Chuck Jones is clearly recognizable style. Like, it when you see it right away.
Right, absolutely. And let's see, back here on Tex Avery, it looks like he was born in Mississippi, so he'd probably be digging life right now. Awesome.
Yeah. Very Southern.
Yeah, he'd probably be like, somebody brought America great again. So
wait, Tex Avery's from Mississippi?
Yeah, apparently.
But his name is Tex.
Yeah, his father was born in wait. I'm reading this all wrong. Hold on. Let's see. He was born in Texas. Okay, his father was born in Alabama and his mom was born in Mississippi. That's what I got. So, that's what happens when you skim.
Frederick Bean is his name, and so I see why he got a nickname Tex, because who wants to be called Freddie Bean? Hey, I'm Freddie Bean.
He'd be the other Mr. Bean.
But Tex also, he did a lot of voiceover, which was interesting. And kind of unusual for an artist, especially since Mel Blanc did like everybody's voice. Tex kind of did it all. And then Chuck Jones won some Oscars for animation. Yeah,
well, I mean, that's kind of like, look at you. You're a cartoonist. You've got one of those personas that just probably voice animate your own stuff.
Yeah, that's a good point. Especially when you're drawing your own things, you'd probably be like, I know exactly what this guy would sound like. Let me just do it.
Yeah, you just kind of talk to it and do its own thing. So, all right, what do you got going over there right now, Imran? What are you drawing?
So, in honor of Tex Avery and Warner Brothers, I got all digital with my Manga Studio and digital tablet. I was just trying to take a perverted take on Bugs Bunny, kind of holding a gun at the viewer. He's got us held hostage, and
wow.
The idea of like I wanted to mash Bugs with like John Travolta's character from Pulp Fiction. Just the Quentin Tarantino Bugs Bunny would be awesome.
And Phil, what do you got going over there?
I have a blind dog being hit in the head with a remote control. So,
oh, nice.
Since Carrie likes to pick on handicapped animals, I thought, hey, let's turn this into a Tex Avery cartoon.
You're doing a good job. Now, my little dog happens to be a little Yorkie, and that dog is mute. So
my God.
I have a deaf and blind dog, and the other half is he's mute. So
now, did you hit it with the mute button of your remote control? Is that what happened? And you just shut the volume off?
No, but it's like Easter seals for dogs over here. I don't know what's going on.
Does the dog know sign language? That would be my next question.
He doesn't have a full thumb.
What is doggy sign language? I don't know.
Tap, tap, paw, tap, tap, paw.
Scratch, sniff.
Actually, funny you say that. So Wolverine, who's the mute dog, does a lot of that scratching because he can't bark. So he'll go to his food dish and you'll hear. And I'm like,
here.
For the love of God.
I don't think I think that's just the dog thing, because my dog Joplin will she'll ring her dinner bell. Like, she'll go over and she'll knock the bowl and it'll go ding, 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 and start to rattle. And then we have these other bowls where she makes art. She tips them over and they stand on their side. And so she's lying down there and the dog bowl is on its side like it's a piece of art. She's actually the one who calls the shots around here.
You guys have some demanding dogs.
Yeah. Oh my God, she's pushy.
I expect that from cats, but dogs they're supposed to be the nicer of the two. They're like the
Canadian nicer. Personalities are just they're uncomparable. I mean, you cannot compare the two, but I will tell you this, the more needy of the two is definitely dogs. Like, you can't leave them home all night.
Totally. Yeah.
Like, oh no, I haven't peed in 4 hours. I need help. And I'm like, oh God, we got to go home. We can only stay out for a little while. You have to board the animal if you're going on vacation. A cat, you're like, here's a bag of food and some water. Try not to die. I'll be back.
It's what turned me into a cat person. Was the idea that cats are independent. And then I heard Mark Maron has this really good joke of, I can't have a dog because I don't want anything in my house that's needier than I am. And that was something that like really hit home with me. I was like, yeah, that's it. I've had dogs. I love dogs, but yeah, I really like the low maintenance of a cat,
Yeah, I would think so. Definitely. You draw a lot of cats too.
I do, because the nasty personality is easy to bring out. So.
Yeah. And they always portray dogs, especially like in Looney Tunes cartoons, they'll portray dogs and cats, kind of in those personalities, where the dog is kind of big and dumb. And then you've got the cat who's all clever and smart and things like that. So interesting.
Well, and it goes back to their Tom and Jerry days too.
Yeah. Who did Tom and Jerry? Was that Chuck Jones?
They both
a lot of people did Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry was like an animation school, I think. It was like an apprenticeship program or something.
Everyone had to do it and go through it.
Everybody came out of there. Yeah.
Fred Quimby, Hanna-Barbera, Chuck Jones, Tex Avery, they've all done Tom and Jerry. And and it's very interesting to see which creators some of them would make them friends. Some of them would be enemies and be really violent. And there's some really violent Tom and Jerry cartoons. They're awesome.
Oh yeah, they're the best ones.
Yeah.
What's funny is, like, growing up, I don't even remember that it was violent. I would just sit there and kind of giggle.
Yeah.
Then until the fact was that, that I started to repeat a little bit of that behavior. Like, oh, it's not for my brother to take this hammer to his face. Probably not the best learning tool, but yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I could drop a piano on him. He'll be fine. No problem.
He'll be fine. He'll get right up.
He'll come out through. Yeah, then the top of it opens and he stands up out of the piano. Just
he comes up like an accordion.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, hey guys, if you like this show and you want to hear more, then please consider becoming a Patreon today. We have a lot in store for this show. We're trying to figure it out. Obviously, Imran is, trying to figure out how to use his computer properly so that we can continue drawing. But we're going to need your help and support to do it. So you're wondering how you can be a part of this podcast. It's simple. You can head on over to Patreon. Actually, patreon.com, Blazing Caribou Studios. And you can just leave a buck or two. We'll probably read your name on the air. We'll definitely thank you. We have different levels for different donations, but regardless of what you pledge, you will always be a part of the Sketching Comedy family. And to us, that's invaluable. So if you're listening to us, hopefully you're catching us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or tuned in, or you can catch us weekly live here on Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock, 8:15 Eastern, or 7:15 Central. So guys, it's the quick draw. You're gonna remember this sound. Hold on, I got it.
Hey, I know that sound.
All right, guys, this is the finishing up of the quick draw. So get her done and tell us what you got.
Well, I got Bugs taking a shot at you. I'll, something that he probably always wanted to do in the cartoons. And there's probably hidden animation frames of Bugs Bunny shooting people that they did just for fun. I would imagine they had a lot of fun. A lot of stuff we're never going to get to see.
Okay, you can go ahead and hopefully you can save that, right?
Maybe yeah. It's already digital.
Awesome. So go ahead and save that, and we'll put that on our show notes this week. That'll be great. And Phil, what have you got finishing up there?
I've still got your blind dog, and I have the remote is coming from a cat now because a cat is mean spirited. So that's it's scribbly, it's sketchy. I'm gonna finish this up, and we will post that on the show notes as well.
Absolutely, that's awesome. Well, guys, thank you for watching. This is a quick show. It's always meant to be a quick show. Thanks for watching and listening to Sketching Comedy on YouTube and following along with your favorite podcatcher with our fellow artists, Phil Rude and Imran Javed. Subscribe to our YouTube page, or our our YouTube page at Blazing Caribou. And watch us live every Wednesday at 8 Eastern. Next week, we get to talk a little bit about Todd Mcfarlane.
Yes.
All right, more hatching.
Yeah, Canadian artist, writer, designer, best known for his work in comic books, such as Imran.
Well, Spider-Man, he's drawn the Hulk, Wolverine, and Spawn for 25 years. The longest running independent title is still going. So that's pretty incredible.
I can't believe that.
If you guys don't know, but Imran's got a little thing for Spider-Man. Just a little.
A little.
It's a little man crush.
I'll show you this. There we go.
Yeah, it's a little crush.
I can't wait to draw Spider-Man next week.
That's his pillowcase and his ceiling. Sleeps. So our show comes to a draw. I've been your host, Carrie Sims, along with Phil and Imran. Until we see you next week, guys, on Sketching Comedy.
You've been listening to a Blazing Caribou Studios production. Support and subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/Blazing Caribou Studios.
Bye, guys.